Hey everybody, your name here and welcome back to the channel. You know, I bet you've all had those awkward moments that made you feel ashamed. Like that time you tripped up the stairs in high school, or accidentally called your teacher mom. We've all been there. But today we're taking a break from our own personal cringe fest to witness the pros make fools of themselves. That's right, folks. Without further ado, in our new episode, we'll show you 5 of the most awkward, embarrassing, interesting, and most unusual moments in sports. Get ready to cringe, laugh, and maybe even feel a little bit better about your own awkward moments. Thanksgiving. A time of year when families come together to share a meal, give thanks, and create lasting memories. The air is filled with the aroma of roasted turkey, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie. It's a day that many look forward to not just for the food, but for the traditions that come with it. A time for family, food, and football? Yes, football has become as much a part of Thanksgiving as the turkey itself. Families gather around the TV, cheering for their favorite teams, and sometimes the game becomes the highlight of the day. Now, I'm not the biggest football expert, but even I know this one. It's one of those moments that transcends the sport, becoming a part of pop culture history. Picture this, 2012 Thanksgiving Day. The stadium is packed, the fans are buzzing with excitement, and the atmosphere is electric. It's a day that promises great football action. The New York Jets are playing their arch rivals, the New England Patriots. This isn't just any game. It's a clash of titans, a battle for supremacy. The stakes are high and everyone is on the edge of their seats. The tension is thicker than Aunt Carol's famous cranberry sauce. You know, the one that jiggles just right and is the perfect blend of sweet and tart. It's the kind of tension that makes every play feel like it could be the game changer. Enter Mark Sanchez, the Jets quarterback. He's the man of the moment, the one everyone is counting on to lead the team to victory. The pressure is immense, but he's ready to rise to the occasion. He's got the ball, he's ready to make a play, he's running right into the backside of his own lineman. It's a moment that defies logic, a play that no one saw coming, and boom! The ball squirts loose like a bar of soap in a prison shower. It's a fumble, and the crowd gasps in disbelief. How could this happen? Now you'd think this is where the Patriots swoop in for the easy touchdown, right? The ball is there for the taking, and it seems like a golden opportunity. But no, it gets even better. The chaos on the field is palpable, and what happens next is pure comedy. A Patriots player tries to pick up the loose ball, bobbles it, and then a Jets offensive lineman falls on it. It's a series of unfortunate events that leaves everyone scratching their heads. It was like watching a bunch of dads play flag football after one too many eggnog lattes. The coordination is off, the execution is sloppy, and it's all happening in slow motion. The whole thing lasted maybe 5 seconds, but it felt like an eternity. Time seemed to stand still as the players scrambled to make sense of the situation. And the internet? Well, they went wild. Social media exploded with reactions, and the play was replayed countless times. Memes were made, jokes were cracked, and butt fumble officially entered the sports lexicon. It became a moment that would be remembered and laughed about for years to come. Poor Mark Sanchez. He might have had a decent career otherwise, but now he's forever known as the guy who fumbled the ball with his own behind. It's a legacy that no one would envy. But hey, at least he gave us a good laugh, right? In the end, it's moments like these that remind us why we love sports. The unpredictability, the drama, and yes, even the bloopers make it all worthwhile. Alright, let's move on from the gridiron to the pitch, where things can get just as messy, albeit in a slightly less buttock-related way. Soccer, or football as it's known in most parts of the world, is a game of passion, skill, and sometimes unexpected hilarity. We've all been there, right? You score a big goal, the adrenaline is pumping, and you just gotta celebrate. It's a moment of pure joy, a release of all the tension and effort that went into scoring that goal. Some players do a little dance, others kiss the team crest, and some even do a backflip or two. These celebrations are as varied as the players themselves, each one adding their own personal flair to the moment. But this guy? He took goal celebrations to a whole new level of faceplant. It's one thing to celebrate, but it's another to turn that celebration into an unforgettable blooper. So picture this, our unnamed soccer star just hammered one into the back of the net. The crowd erupts in cheers, the stadium is buzzing, and the energy is electric. He's ecstatic, the crowd is going wild, and he decides to channel his inner Usain Bolt and sprint towards the corner flag. It's a full-on sprint, arms pumping, legs churning, and a huge grin on his face. All is going according to plan, until it isn't. In his mind, he's already envisioning the perfect slide, the crowd's roar, and the epic photos that will be taken. You see, someone forgot to tell the groundskeeper that wet grass and sprinting soccer players don't mix. The field, still damp from the previous night's rain, is a slippery trap waiting to spring. Our hero hits the turf with the grace of a newborn giraffe, legs flailing, arms windmilling, and splat! It's a sight to behold, a perfect storm of overconfidence and unfortunate conditions. He ends up sliding face first into the corner flag, missing it entirely and landing in a crumpled heap. The crowd's cheers turn to gasps, and then to laughter as they realize what just happened. The best part? The camera zooms in on his face, capturing the perfect mixture of shock, embarrassment, and maybe a little bit of grass stains. It's a moment that will live on in highlight reels for years to come. Needless to say, the internet had a field day with this one too. Memes, GIFs, and viral videos spread like wildfire, immortalizing our hero's slip-and-slide goal celebration in the annals of soccer history. Okay folks, buckle up because this next one is a real heartbreaker. We're talking about marathons, those grueling tests of human endurance where people push their bodies to the absolute limit. It's not just a race, it's a battle against oneself, a journey of perseverance and sheer willpower. Imagine training for months, pushing yourself through pain and exhaustion, all for that moment of glory when you cross the finish line. Every step, every breath, every drop of sweat is a testament to your dedication. Now imagine doing all that, leading the entire race, and then taking a wrong turn. Yes, you heard that right. After all that hard work, one small mistake can change everything. That's exactly what happened to our next unfortunate athlete. He was in the lead, feeling the thrill of victory within his grasp, only to have it slip away in an instant. He was miles ahead of the pack, cruising towards victory, when he veered off course. It was a moment of confusion, a lapse in concentration that cost him dearly. Now you might be thinking, how do you miss a turn in a marathon? With all the signs, the cheering crowds, and the designated path, it seems almost impossible. There are signs, people cheering, a whole designated path, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, even the most experienced runners can make mistakes. Well, apparently even the most experienced runners can fall victim to the dreaded brain fart. It's a phenomenon where your mind just blanks out, and you make a split-second decision that you instantly regret. Our poor runner ended up adding a few extra miles to his race, and by the time he realized his mistake, it was too late. The damage was done, and his dreams of victory were shattered. He went from first place to not even finishing the race. The physical and emotional toll was just too much to bear. Can you imagine the emotional roller coaster this guy went through? The highs of leading the pack, feeling invincible, only to be brought crashing down by a simple mistake. From the high of leading the pack to the crushing realization that he'd basically run the wrong way. It's a nightmare scenario for any athlete. Talk about adding insult to injury. Not only did he lose the race, but he also had to deal with the embarrassment and disappointment of his mistake. It's a harsh reminder that in sports, as in life, sometimes things just don't go as planned. Alright, let's lighten the mood with a classic case of mistaken identity on the basketball court. Now I'm no Michael Jordan, but even I know that the goal of basketball is to put the ball through the correct hoop. Emphasis on the word correct. Our next athlete, however, seemed to have missed that memo. Picture this, the clock is ticking down, the tension is palpable, and our guy gets the ball. He dribbles down the court, eyes on the prize, and with a graceful jump shot, sinks the ball right into his own basket. That's right, folks, he scored on himself. The crowd went silent, his teammates stared in disbelief, and even the opposing team probably felt a little bad for him. It was like something out of a cartoon, except this was real life and the stakes were higher than a game of horse. The look on his face was priceless. A mixture of confusion, disbelief, and sheer, oh crap, what did I just do? And last but not least, we arrive at the world of tennis, a sport known for its etiquette and decorum. Or so you'd think. Our final contestant in this parade of awkwardness is a tennis pro known for his fiery temper. Now we've all seen athletes lose their cool, but this guy took it to a whole new level. Picture this. It's a crucial point in a high-stakes match. Our guy hits a shot, it lands just outside the line, and the umpire calls it out. Now, a normal person might argue the call, maybe give a little grunt of frustration. Not this guy. He proceeds to unleash a verbal tirade that would make a sailor blush. He's yelling at the umpire, he's arguing with the line judges, he's even giving the crowd a piece of his mind. And the racket? Oh, the racket. Let's just say it met an untimely demise at the hands of our angry tennis player. It was like watching a toddler throw a tantrum, except this toddler was a grown man with a very expensive tennis racket. Well, there you have it, folks. 5 of the most awkward, embarrassing, and downright hilarious moments in sports history. These athletes may be at the top of their game, but as you can see, they're just as prone to epic fails as the rest of us. So next time you're feeling down about your own awkward moments, just remember these guys. They're living proof that even the pros mess up sometimes, just like us. And hey, at least they give us something to laugh about, right? Tune in next time for more hilarious fails and funny moments, and until then, try not to pull a Mark Sanchez out there.